Yo, what's going on? What's happening? So, what's all this hoopla about, the Carter 6, I think, Lil Wayne's new album. What's all this hoopla going on? I know. I found out for myself. You know what I'm saying? Heard a whole lot of people talking about how the album is garbage. You know what I mean? And I'm like, let me go ahead and check it out. So I went to Lil Wayne's channel, and I listened to the album. So I went through a couple in the beginning. I was like, I don't know what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to the lyrics. The lyrics is, you know what I'm saying? It's Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? He uses these punchlines and all the rest of that. It's typical Lil Wayne stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm actually like listening, especially the first track. You know what I'm saying? After the intro, I'm listening to, I forgot the name of the track, you know what I mean? Listen, you gotta hear me out, man. I'm not a Lil Wayne fan, you know what I'm saying? I used to bootleg his stuff. I made a lot of money off of his mixtapes, you know what I'm saying? The dedication mixtapes and all types of, I forgot the names of them. He was coming out with double CDs and back in the days, man. I made a lot of money off of him, man. I can say on a business level, he put a lot of money in my pocket, you know what I mean, for real, with those mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? DJ Drama, and then they put out the Jules Santana and Lil Wayne mixtape. Man, I'm telling you, boy, Lil Wayne back in the days, boy, woo-wee. I had people lined up waiting for the mixtapes that were coming out, that Lil Wayne was kicking them out back to back. Like his work ethic, I mean, man, I could tell you, unmatched. No lie. I haven't seen that type of work ethic. Ethics. The last rapper that was like that was Pac. No lie. So I can't take nothing from him. You know what I mean? He's the one who put Drake on. He put Nicki Minaj on. Can I put him in a top, top 5 as top 5 rappers? No, but top 10, yes, definitely. Straight up, and like I said, I'm no Lil Wayne fan, but I know just how much of an impact he had on the culture. And that's real talk. Like, I think Jay-Z was about to sign him, and that's when he was like, in New York, and like during that time, I don't know if Gilly was writing for him or whatever, like he got like real nice before the Carter 1 came out. And then when the first Carter 1 came out, I was like, yo, this dude from Louisiana, he about that life, straight up. You know what I'm saying? And even Jay-Z was on him like that. You know what I'm saying? Like saying like Lil Wayne is the future, back in the days when he was first coming out. So, man, I can't take nothing from him, man. He is a legend, but as time progresses and, the lean and the bad eating habits and the smoking of weed, and there's no telling how much drugs that this man has done and continues to do. You know what I'm saying? What you expect out of that? You see what I'm saying? So let me get back to, the album. So I'm listening to the second, the intro, and then the next song after the intro, and I'm like, yo, man, this is typical Lil Wayne. He really coming with the bars. And then I think it's 20 tracks or something, somewhere in the middle, or like before you got to the middle of the album, shit just started getting weird. And the beats was just like the same, and he was singing on one of them, and it was just the whole album. It wasn't a cohesive album. It wasn't like, I don't know what to call it. Some people would call it a mixtape. Some people said that he took multiple songs and just created an album with the songs that he had in the past. Some people blame it on Wyclef Jean, you know what I'm saying, or Wyclef, for short. If he had a lot to do with the album, I would blame it on him too. You know what I'm saying? Look what he did to Cannabis. He's a horrible producer when he's producing other people. Well, maybe his own albums, you know what I'm saying? The Carnival to me is classic. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I mean, I wouldn't have never let Wyclef produce or had something to do with my project. It just, you know what I mean? But in my opinion, and then others said that this is like an ESPN album, you know what I'm saying? Like he made these songs in order for ESPN, basketball, when they have basketball, get basketball games, NBA basketball games, the songs that they play in between halftime or like during a timeout or something like that, like short songs like that. He made it for that. Or ESPN shows and stuff like shows on ESPN and all of that. I would say that. It's a very, to me, in my opinion, it's a gimmicky type of album. You know what I'm saying? It's like there to kind of like satisfy somewhat of the new generation and to be commercial so that you can be able to play at Super Bowls, perform these particular songs in Super Bowls or halftime basketball games. At the halftime during the halftime at basketball games and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a real gimmicky commercial album that's really garbage. Straight up. And it's like, what do you expect? What do you expect? You see, we just seem to forget about the history of Lil Wayne. This man had like 2 or 3 seizures between him and what's your man, Ross, Big Boy. The motherfuckers had about 10, 12 fucking seizures. And then, he gets on 60 Minutes and says, I don't give a damn about no Black Lives Matter. Because he always come up with the same ass, lame ass story. You know what I'm saying? Because, the person that I shot myself and the person that saved me was a white cop. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about one melanin recessive person that had a heart that cared? You know what I'm saying? So this man has been through so much shit, you know what I'm saying? From, not so much quitting rapping, but skateboarding. He's he is horrible when it comes to skateboarding. Like nobody hasn't told this motherfucker that, yo man, you are whack. You're not good at shit but rapping. Like he's the Michael Jordan of rap. Like Michael Jordan tried to play baseball and golf and he sucked in both sports. Like, motherfucker, just dribble the goddamn ball. That's it. Up and down the court. That's what you're good at. And scoring points, that's what you're good at. Oh, and one last thing, but you ain't even good with that. Like, there are people that made those fucking sneakers. So we can't say that you created you helped create the brand Jordan with Nike, but you didn't create the sneakers. So it ain't like you got any style. You just push the brand. So, yeah, man. I mean, his time is up. I plain and simple. Get mad. People have had their time, and it is what it is. Motherfucker got burnt out. Tried to come out with an album. I'm talking about Lil Wayne. Try to come up with an album. He tarnished the whole Carter thing. You know what I'm saying? He should have stopped at like 4. That's what he should have stopped at. This album right here should have just been some shit that he was like, yeah, I don't even understand what this motherfucker be saying. But he should have just been like, yo, man, I'm just putting this shit out because I ain't putting no shit out in a long time. And it's just like a couple of songs that I just threw together that I had, somewhere on some tapes or some shit. You know what I'm saying? He should have been like Nas and some shit and called the motherfucking album The Lost Tapes. Even The Lost Tapes, that's crazy how Nas, The Lost Tapes album was better than his regular albums. It was the exact opposite for Nas. That Lost Tapes joint was better than, and these songs didn't make the album. And I'm like, how? How? These songs, Purple, that doom, 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 light it, doom, 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 doom. Y'all niggas want to deal with drama. Ah, man, I can't remember the whole shit because this is actually an old album. You know what I'm saying? I think that shit came out like in 2006 or something. But yeah, man, he just washed up. He on drugs, and you could tell the motherfucking dreads falling out of his head and shit, and they just stapling that shit back. He don't even go to the motherfucking loctician, and you know how them locticians, they nice with their hands. You know what I'm saying? They cut all your hair, your dreads off, and if you got spots in your head, they just sew that shit back in and make it look like you ain't got no spots and shit, that you all Gucci. He don't even do none of that shit. He just be like, motherfucker go to the goddamn house and just staple the dreads back. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, what the fuck you expect for this nigga? This nigga damn near my age. He in his, like, probably he in his mid or late 40s and shit. What you expect for this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? He been walking around with a fucking cup, and we don't even know what the fuck is in it. He been walking around with a double cup for the last 20 years. What you expect? To be real with you, based on his state of mind and all the lean and all the cigarettes, well, I don't know if he smoked cigarettes, but all of the weed that he smoked, shit, if I were to, like, really review his album based off of him being a drug addict, I would say, man, for a drug addict, that was a good album. The last album that he put out. You know what I'm saying? With this album that we're talking about. Carter 6. To be a drug addict? Yeah, man. But like normal? Like a regular motherfucker that ain't on drugs? A motherfucker that you can understand? He ain't talking that. For a normal nigga, I get an album 1 out of 10. But for a nigga that's on drugs, that's been drinking, that lean and all the rest of that shit, I get that shit an 8 out of 10. Cause, yeah, man, for you to be on drugs and come out with some shit like that, I gotta give it to you. You had to have some type of focus, you know what I mean? But moving on, and we're gonna relate all this shit, all of it, we're gonna bring it home. So moving on, the next topic is this Lord Jamar shit. Going back to your man VladTV. You know, man, let me tell you something. When Lord Jamar walked away from VladTV, I thought it was something honorary that he was doing. You know what I mean? You know, VladTV, or Vlad, excuse me, disrespected the honorable Minister Farrakhan. And, you know, he didn't want to apologize for it. So Lord Jamar was like, yo, I'm not gonna be on your platform. And Godfrey went right behind him. And he stayed stern on what he said, that he was gonna stay on code, and that he actually, to be real with you, he's the one who made me stop watching Vlad TV. I stopped watching Vlad TV based off of Lord Jamar. And to see him go back to Vlad TV, and I looked at the interviews to see what he was going to say, the reason why he went back. And the reasons was like, you know, man, miss me with that bullshit. Straight up. Like, to be real with you, you lost Godfrey. Raw Digger, I don't know if she fucking with you or not. Because, you know, I don't know if you all know, but he has a channel called You Know What I Mean, Godcast. First it was You Know What I Mean, and then he turned it to the Godcast. So he has his own channel, and I mean, he's doing okay. To be real with you, I'm doing numbers like him. Like, the average views that I get on my channel per video is like between 2,000 to 5,000 views. That's what he's getting. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I could say based on who he is, you know, that may not be that great. For me, it's okay, because I'm not part of a legendary rap group called Brand Nubians. I didn't, star in different movies and shit like that. So for me, 2,000 to 5,000 views per video was decent. But for him, man, I don't know. Some people say that he went back to VladTV because he needed the money. Whatever it may be, man, it wasn't a good look. You know what I'm saying? It goes to show that this is real talk. It goes to show that you're willing to go against the very thing that you say that you are, which is the 5% nation. And in the 5% nation, they say that what? My word is my bond. So it's obvious that your word is not bonded. And at any given time, you can flip the script. But see, this is the thing. It's bigger than just Lord Jamar and VladTV and Lil Wayne's whack-ass album, trash, garbage album. It's bigger than that. All of these rappers are washed up. All of them. And that's the price you pay when you sell out. And people could miss me with that bullshit about Lord Jamar. He's no different. He just, you remember the CEO of Whole Foods? He came out with, he said that he used the term in his book, it was conscious capitalism. That's exactly what Lord Jamar was doing and is doing. He's capitalizing off of consciousness. At the end of the day, he loves money just as much as Lil Wayne or Nicki Minaj and Drake or any one of them. He wants to be in the limelight just as much as any of these celebrities or rappers want to be. He may not want to be in the in crowd with the P. Diddy in crowd. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he's a celebrity. And you can't expect integrity when it comes to a celebrity. You can't. That's real talk. And this is the reason why content creators, such as myself and others, are the new celebrities, are the new stars. Why? Because we're tapped in to reality. With celebrities, they move out of the hood. They move away from their community, from their families and friends. They got new friends. They stay in a whole new different environment. And they forget about morals, principles, and their integrity. They're willing to sacrifice all of that shit just for the love of money, just for money. Whereas content creators, we have our ear to the streets. We haven't moved out of the community, and if we are, we're not far removed from the community. That we're tapped in. People look at me because they can relate. And now you see these rappers, they're not making any music because shit, ain't no money in them making music. Now they are doing podcasts and shit. You got Fat Joe and Jadakiss. And the list goes on. Cameron and Mace. And just about every rapper has a fucking podcast or some shit. Or YouTube channel. Nori with Drink Champs. And the list goes on. But see, the thing of it is that these people, they can't go but so far. Because they're so out of touch with reality. They've been living in these bubbles for the longest. And that is the sacrifice that you had to make in order to make money. Now you live in a bubble and you can't understand, like a Lil Wayne, can't understand the things that regular people go through. And listening to your album, it's obvious that you don't understand what people are going through. People don't want to hear that same bullshit that you was rapping about using them same punchlines that you were using 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And when it boils down to it, if it's a battle between you and Kendrick Lamar is gonna win, because he has his ear to the streets. He's talking about things that people want to hear. Nobody don't want to hear the shit that you skateboarding, fucking with hoes, selling drugs, being Bloods and Crips. We all know that you're far removed from that shit. This day and time, the things that people are going through, they want to hear some substance. For real. And they want to know that you're legit. That you mean what you say what you mean. And this is the reason why people don't fuck with Lord Jamar, and they call him Fraud Jamar now. They can see right through him. Real shit. Nobody's going to support his ass like that anymore. Because they know that he's fake. Straight up. When a community, when a hip hop community creates a fucking name for you, that name stays with you. And they're calling Lord Jamar now Fraud Jamar. And he is. And don't give me that bullshit like, man, it takes a man to apologize to another man and they hashed it out. And they friends and this and that and so forth. No. The damage has been done. Everybody knows Vlad is a fucking culture vulture. And you went back over there. And this is crazy. You settled things with Vlad, but not with your own brother Godfrey. And he didn't do shit to you. You embarrassed yourself. You came on the fucking show smoking weed all high and shit, talking about how the fucking earth is flat. And then a motherfucking damn melanin recessive boy washed your ass and made you look like a fucking fool. Then you threatened to beat his ass. You are the one that fucked your own self. And now, those people that thought that you were authentic, thought that you were real, are fucking with people such as myself and others. See, I know better. I know better. I'm not trying to come up and get these big sponsors and endorsements and all the rest of this shit. And next thing you know, I'm fucking with Drewski and I'm fucking with this person. I know this rapper. I got this rapper's number. I'm on this rapper's tour and all the rest of that shit. Man, please. I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm going to stay right where the fuck I'm at. Because I see what's happened to people that I looked up to. I fuck with Lord Jamar, I fuck with Fraud Jamar since Brand Nubians. And now all he is a washed up old man. Straight up. And that's not by age. I don't go by age. I'm talking about old man and mentality wise. You don't stand for shit. That's real shit. You personify the term old head. As well as Lil Wayne too. Straight up. Because you are out of touch with reality. Out of touch with reality. I talk about what people want to hear. People want to know, you know what I'm saying, like what's going on with society? How can I get out of this shit? What's the solution to these problems? What am I eating? What's killing me? What's poison? Who's poisoning me? Motherfuckers don't want to hear about how you fuck with this chick and did this with this boy. Man, ain't nobody trying to hear none of that shit. It's a new day and time, man. And these content creators are the new stars. Because they are tapped in. They are not disconnected. They haven't been far removed from the community. The hip hop community, black community. But you rappers have. And I knew it was going to be a day, there was going to come a day when rappers will be irrelevant. That nobody wouldn't look up to them and be bothered with them. Man, if I see, you know, this is crazy, man. This is real talk. If a person were to see a famous rapper, right, out in the streets, they'll be like, oh, man, that's such and such and such. I think, man, let me try to skip. I don't know if I'll get a picture with them niggas. But watch this. If someone like, what is it, DDG, I think that's his name, or fucking Cake Sanat, Kai Sanat, or fucking I Show Speed, or any of them people, motherfuckers would go crazy. Calvin, I forgot that nigga name. I ran into him. When he was in Charlotte. I was at the YMCA in South Park, and he was coming out, and I was like, yo, that's you, that dude Calvin, such and such and such. You know the dude that be in Food Line that be talking about I got niggeritis. This nigga said, he said he got niggeritis in his knees and shit. Yo, that shit be funny as a motherfucker. But you see him, everybody go crazy. You see them, those type of people, everybody go crazy. Hey, let me get a picture, this and that and so forth. Man, rappers ain't famous anymore. Rappers ain't stars anymore. Actors and all that shit, they ain't the celebrities anymore. The new stars, the new celebrities are the content creators. Straight up. Because they give people what they want. And everybody has their own look, their own lane. Straight up. Like, I couldn't be no Kai Sanat. Kai Sanat is good at being Kai Sanat. Just like I couldn't be Kai Sanat. Kai Sanat can't be a Langston 2092 or a Long Live Langston. He can't fuck with me in this lane that I'm in. Straight up. And I have people that support me. I have a strong fan base. Where people, there are people that look at my shit no matter what I put out. No matter what topic I talk about. So yeah, man. Motherfucking rappers, all these old celebrities are washed the fuck up. And now the new celebrities are the content creators. And it's just that plain and simple. So I'm more than sure that Lil Wayne ain't gonna put out another album. He know better. Lord Jamar, Fraud Jamar, he's trying to pick his face up, and it's too late for that. And all of you're gonna see more rappers, especially young ones, because I know them niggas are fucking broke, and them one-hit wonders, you might as well call them old heads too. Young people could be old heads too. It's the mentality. Straight up. What's that broad that got the fucking carrot-looking hair and shit? She always twerking and shit, and came out with one of them songs during COVID. I forgot. I'm feeling you, and such. I'm feeling you. Whatever that broad from fucking New York. She washed the fuck up. She an old head. She's still trying to come up she's still trying to come out with a song that was a hit a couple years back. That shit is old now. But you'll see motherfuckers like that trying to come out with podcasts and YouTube channels and Instagram and shit like that. And it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. You washed up. All these celebrities, rappers and all that shit, young and old, you washed the fuck up. The new celebrities are the content creators. And it's just that plain and simple. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I'm out.